I doubt anyone feels prepared their first day. Let me tell you what got me so mad about this whole mental health rotation. I was not a happy camper. Hey guys, it is 5:30 in the morning and I am not up to teach. I'm up to go to my first day of mental health. So I'm getting on my beautiful compression socks. Guys, if you haven't seen it, I made a video about socks. If you have bad feet, socks matter for clinicals, guys. And good socks don't even have to be ugly. Watch my sock video. Anyways, I don't know what to expect today. This is my mental health clinical rotation. I'm starting today. They decreased our hours, which is it's good because during clinicals last rotation, we were crazy busy and it was a little too much for a lot of people, I think. Although I wish they would decrease labor and delivery or something else I find gross. Instead of taking hours, they realized they didn't need to assign us off of mental health, because mental health is like, I think, one of the more fun rotations, but we'll see. Maybe I will go in and be thrilled that it's only 60 hours. 60 hours. It was supposed to be 90. I think what they decided was all of our Zoom clinical supervisor hours can be counted as clinical hours. So we can count talking on Zoom from our home to our clinical supervisor as clinical hours. I think they decided that, and that's why suddenly they could get rid of 30 hours. So I shouldn't complain because I'm glad we have less to do. But because I haven't opened this since I left Pana, I'm gonna see what's in it. Good, I have my stethoscope here. I really have no idea what to expect today. I got a brush, I got a stethoscope, got a blood pressure thing, got my headache medicine. Nurses are supposed to have a watch on all the time. I hate things on my wrist, so I have this. But I didn't really need to use my watch at Pana because there was a clock in every single room. I'll put it on today just in case I need it. If there's not a clock in a room, I need to be able to check respirations and stuff like that. Alrighty, and before I leave, I told Chris, Kath, Raylan, we don't have to get up in the middle of the night to give her antibiotics anymore, which is great. She's off them. It's good. It means we get more sleep. But yeah, no one's cathed her since right before bed late last night, so she needs to go pee. And if I do that now, Chris won't have to get up nearly as early. And then I need to print out some papers because I really don't know. I don't know very well what I'm supposed to be doing today from our clinical supervisor's perspective, and he's the one that doesn't even go to this place. He's just reading our documentation. Had a little fiasco with that. I'll tell you about it on the way there, although I probably shouldn't. It's probably not good for my mental health to ruminate on these things, but I will tell you on the way there about how much I'm just loving mental health supervisor right now. It did not make me happy. All right, let me hop in and go pee, print some papers, then we'll get in the car. Guys, this is such a busy day. I'm trying to turn on the TV, which is also our computer in the family room, which prints. We're squeezing so much into today. I don't know, Chris might have to make this 2 videos if we don't want to be crazy long. One about all the before clinical stuff, and then one of afterwards, because I got lots to tell you on the way to clinicals. Okay, but first I'm opening up my browser on here to print off stuff maybe I need to know for today. Guys, really, I don't feel prepared. I doubt anyone feels prepared their first day of a new clinical rotation. You don't know where you're going, but I could be more prepared than I am, and I should try to leave in the next 10 minutes. Basically looking for some stuff I need to write for class, for documentation for this, because it wasn't really made incredibly clear to us, but I think there's some documents probably that might help. So I'm looking for them to print out so I have the actual document. Community journal and group analysis, communication process analysis, clinical care sheet. just gonna print all this. I have no idea what I'm printing. I'll have to look at it later. Okay, I think I need to do a communication analysis and a clinical care sheet. We will see what printed. Okay, I'm gonna put paper in this. I'm gonna print this. Then I'll meet you in the car. All right, guys, it is 6:01. I'm leaving the house. It says I'll get there right at 6:30. The shift is supposed to be 7 to 7, but I get the impression that you show up about, oh, I almost hit a baby bunny. Good little bunny. You show up about, we didn't used to see bunnies on this side of the town. I'm glad we're seeing them again. Okay, sorry, focus. Show up about 6:30, 6:45, and then you plan on staying till 7:15, 7:30. I'm not sure if that's really the norm, or I mean, my preceptor's like, I'm guessing nurse manager, nurse supervisor, maybe he tries to make sure he's there for the entire change of shift. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm trying to get there about 6:30, because that's when he said he usually gets there, which this could turn into very easily a 13-hour clinical then. We only need 60 hours, which would be 5 12s. So my goal is to get my mental health done in 5 visits. It was gonna be 90, which would have been 8 visits. Yeah, they shortened it. Okay, let me tell you what got me so mad about this whole mental health rotation. First, if there's a rotation I was most interested in, it's probably mental health. This is another clinical rotation where I picked a place that maybe I would want to work at. So my background is in, well, my college degree is human services, which human services is kind of like they said, social work, psychology, I don't know, and stuck them together. I'm like one class short of a psychology major. A lot of my fellow classmates took one more course so they could say they double majored in human services and psychology. I said, this is pretty much a psychology major. I don't need one more course. But yeah, I'm one class short of being a psychology, having a psychology degree. And basically human services, like almost like a pre-social work degree. But I like counseling. I took a lot of counseling classes. I've done case management stuff before for kids and teenagers with mental health issues that were getting therapy, both inpatient and outpatient. I did case management in Kentucky. So case management, counseling stuff, I have some experience. I mean, I haven't been a counselor because you have to have a master's to do counseling. And I haven't been a social worker because I don't have a master's. You have to have a master's to be a social worker. But I've definitely done case management. And on a non-official level, I definitely have done counseling as a pastor's wife. I'm so scatterbrained, guys. I haven't had my coffee. It's right there, though. We're supposed to have 1 hour Zoom meetings with our clinical supervisor, who does not supervise us on site, but talks to our preceptor. Our last one was supposed to be, our first one for mental health was supposed to be last Wednesday. This teacher did not post a link, had not communicated with us at all. There was one thing on the whole clinicals course that said that clinical supervision was at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. But if you clicked on our clinical supervisor's group name, it said that it was at 4 p.m. Wednesday. I was pretty sure it was at 4 p.m. because the thing that said 10 o'clock, all 3 preceptor groups, or all 3 supervisor groups could see that. And we were the only ones that could see the 4 o'clock time. So I was like, he means 4 o'clock. Someone put that in there, but that's not us. But it wasn't positive. I emailed him at 9:30 telling him this, asking for clarification on the time. He didn't clarify the time. He did tell me, just go to Blackboard and log into Zoom and you can see the link. And I'm like, okay, I'm on Blackboard. I'm on the clinicals course, and I see where it literally said insert Zoom link here. 4 p.m. time, insert Zoom link here. And I'm thinking, he doesn't realize we can't see it. I send him screenshots of this stuff. He sends me back a screenshot of Blackboard, of our Elmhurst main page after you log in, and a screenshot of something that says click here for 4 o'clock Zoom link, basically. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how I got from this home page to this magic Zoom link page, but I'm not seeing it. I messaged the other people in my clinical preceptors group or clinical supervisors group, and no one knows where the link is. And I'm like, I'm not making progress with them, guys. Someone else message him. And I was kind of getting annoyed. And usually I try not to be the one to even message the teacher. If I know the whole group has an issue, I let someone else do it. Why I stepped up today to do that, I don't know, because it was a mess. Finally, no one else knew where the Zoom link was. They were all counting on, I guess, me, who was communicating with them unsuccessfully. Someone else was nice enough to say, I'll message them. So they messaged him like, we don't see the Zoom link. After he saw their email, he messaged me back and said, don't worry, I'll email you the link before class. Okay, sounded great. I was content with that. All the email exchanges I had back and forth with him, which 3 times I emailed him, I had 4 p.m. written in there. One of the times he even sent me the picture of the elusive Zoom links that we couldn't see, and it said 4 p.m. So I was feeling pretty confident this was at 4 p.m. At 3:30, he emailed us with a Zoom link. Now, he didn't have any note attached to it. It was just, if you ever got a Zoom link, it's so-and-so's inviting you to a Zoom meeting, and it's all this blah, 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 with a link and a password and meeting ID. I didn't even look closely at that. I send Zoom links out all the time to people for my job. You just find the link and click it. That was at 3:30. At 3:50, he emailed us again, basically almost the same thing. At 4, our group of 9-10 of us try to log on. We're all waiting for the host to start the Zoom meeting. We're all in the same thing. We're just texting back and forth. Are you waiting? Yeah, I'm waiting. Are you waiting? Then someone realizes it says 5 o'clock on one of those emails he sent us. It says 6 o'clock on the other email he sent us. We just think, well, the Zoom link's the same for both of them. We could tell it's the same Zoom link, even when it said 5 o'clock, even when it said 6 o'clock. We have classes at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 7 p.m., so he can't be wanting us to go to class at 5 or 6. But we wait 15 minutes, approximately. I probably waited closer to 20 because I was just sitting there and I was like, man, I don't know. It was pretty clear after 10 minutes we were not having a teacher show up for us. He emailed us a link, but he wasn't there. And we realized, oh, maybe he meant 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Somebody else emailed him because I was done at this point trying to communicate with them. I think more than one person emailed him and said, hey, we have classes at 5 and 6 and 7. Someone said we have class from 5 to 8 p.m. Someone said that, I know, because they said they did. He emailed us back again after our 5 o'clock class had started. So while we're in classes, he's still emailing us. And he's like, sorry for the confusion. I didn't realize you had classes earlier. We'll meet at 7. And we're all like, we have class from 5 to 8. I didn't email him back. I think someone else did. But you want to meet at 7. Again, we have class at 5, at 6, at 7. He didn't want to meet at 8. Which is when we actually could have met with him. So we didn't have our first clinical supervisor meeting. The other 2/3 of our cohort got to meet with their clinical supervisor before their first day of clinicals. Got to hear from their clinical supervisor what kind of documentation they were expected to turn in and answer questions and stuff like that. We did not. That was all on Wednesday. I was annoyed. I'm like, this is a rotation I kind of care about. I might be going into mental health, and yet you couldn't meet with us. And you couldn't bother to tell us beforehand you couldn't meet at 4. all the times I emailed you all day long. But people have things. I don't know what this guy had going on. You know, he might have had some personal life crises. He might have been in a different time zone and got confused. I don't know. I could have got over all of that. The next day, we got an email from him saying, hey, since we couldn't have class, all of you need to write me a 1 to 2 page paper about what you hope to get out of clinicals. And I was just like, I spent a lot of time trying to attend a meeting that you no-showed on. And now I'm supposed to write you a paper about my expectations for the class and what I want to learn out of it. I was just like, no. I emailed him back, I think pretty politely, but you probably could tell that I was not a happy camper. And this is the 4th time I've emailed him overall anyways. And I was like, hey, it would probably be a lot more helpful if you could make us a video or send us a document telling us the things we missed that we would have heard if you were able to come to our class. I don't know, I didn't say if you were able to come to our class, but I basically asked him, can you like send us information instead of us sending you information? And he did send us a 10-minute video. It was a little bit helpful, but he also said that we're still expected to send our paper. I haven't done the paper yet. It's due tomorrow. I will do it. A couple of us have already kind of gone up the ladder and said, really? We're supposed to write a paper because he didn't attend a class and we missed out on information. It's a small thing, but I just feel like a total lack of respect. I feel completely unrespected by this person. He doesn't communicate that he wants to meet at a different time. He doesn't communicate clearly. I'm not sure he said sorry for not showing on the class. I'm not sure he actually even typed the word sorry to us. And I'm just thinking, you wasted a lot of my time Wednesday to not meet with me, to not give me information that I wanted from you, when 2/3 of our cohort got information from their clinical supervisors. And now you're telling me to spend time writing a 1 to 2 page paper. And this isn't a learning experience because he's not giving us any information to write about. He's just saying, tell me what you're hoping to get out of clinicals. So I need to write that 1 to 2 page paper, which I'm not putting too much effort in. If it's a paragraph, so be it. I'm a little annoyed. If I was younger, if I was at the beginning of my career, I would probably take school more seriously and say, okay, this is what they want. I'm going to do it to make them happy because I want to get the best grades possible, because I want this to look good for my future career, because what if I want to go on to get a master's, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I pretty much have a nursing job lined up when I get done with this. And Raylan. And yes, I want to do something else too, but I'm not climbing up the ladder. No one's going to be paying attention to if I got an A, B, or C in my mental health class. And I don't want to write a 1 to 2 page paper. I will write something because I've been told that yes, it is required if he gave it to us. Because like I said, I think more than a couple of us said, oh, this does not sound reasonable or fair that our third of the cohort is being asked to do an extra paper because our teacher didn't teach us. But anyways, kind of fuming about that still. Kind of would be an understatement. Trying to let it go for my mental health. I've already spent more time fuming on it than it would take to write probably a 2-page paper. But it's not really about the work as much as I just feel like there's just no respect for us as students with a busy schedule. There was no respect for me Wednesday when he kept emailing me and not clarifying the time and then no-showed at that time. I don't know. He probably had a really crazy day Wednesday that I don't realize, but he didn't explain it. He didn't try to explain it. He didn't, like I said, I don't actually even think he said sorry in the emails. I think he just is like, since we weren't able to meet, I'm just like, thanks for respecting my time, and then thanks for expecting me to do extra work because you dropped the ball. So yeah, I need to let that go because it's not the right thing to be thinking about as I go in for clinicals. I need to be in a better mood. So what are some things that are going well? Let me share with you what's going well now. Now that I told you the last couple weeks since I finished my clinicals at Pana, nursing school has slowed down. It was crazy busy, just crazy busy during clinicals at Pana, plus our school rotation. Adult Health 2 class, which is done, woohoo, was exhausting. And then it just seemed like we were having a lot of tests and stuff due at the same time as all these clinical hours were needing to get submitted. We had a really, really big assignment for Adult Health 2 that I don't even know what percentage of our grade it was, which is kind of frustrating. I think it was hardly any percent of our grade, even though it was a huge assignment. But that stuff's done, and really, to be honest, school's been a little bit of a breather the last week. I think it's getting ready to get really busy again, but I like mental health. The mental health class itself, I think, should be easy, actually. They're making our tests, our exams, group exams. I don't understand that, but I think it is what it is. I wasn't worried about my mental health exams anyways. I don't think this made it easier or harder. I think it made it harder to schedule because I have to make sure I can take my exam at the same time as 2 or 3, I think 3 other students. Whereas used to, you just have a certain time you have to log in and take the exam. Now I have to make sure I'm free at the same time 2 or 3 other students are, and we have to put down the same answer. So I doubt there's anyone hard-headed in our group, but we're all supposed to, no matter what, put down the same answer for our exam. And a lot of it's multiple choice. So I'm thinking, okay, what if 2 people think it's this and 2 people think it's that? I don't know. Maybe they're having us practice getting along with people we disagree with. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I'm not worried about it. I just thought it was a weird way to do exams. Again, like I said, though, I didn't think mental health exams would be hard to do as individuals. So I don't think doing it as a group is going to make it any harder. In some ways it'll be easier because if I don't know the answer, maybe someone else will say they know it. In some ways it'll make it harder because we have to make sure we schedule and come to an agreement. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, mental health exams sound easier than Adult Health 2 exams. I have until, I think, the 17th is my last day of the summer rotation. And then I think the 29th is when fall starts because I'm counting down. It's just, we're almost there. We have a month, and then I will have a little break, a real break, no schoolwork break. And then I really will feel like I'm in the home stretch. We'll be halfway done after this summer. But the thing is, the next 2 terms, they're a little bit longer than the summer terms. There's a few more weeks to get this coursework done. We only have 2 classes at a time. All after summer, we will only be taking 2 classes at a time until we graduate. Now we'll have a lot more clinical hours, but clinical hours are more enjoyable than class time and school assignments. So the focus is shifting more over to that. And then we have a big break between fall semester and spring semester, all of January off and part of December off. So after I get done with these summer classes, I have a little break of no classes, a really short one. And then it's do a lot of clinical hours, not the fun ones. Labor and delivery does not sound fun to me at all. Ugh. But it's still more interesting than doing schoolwork. 2 classes at a time, lots of clinicals, long break, hoping to go on a big vacation then. And then, oh, I gotta turn here. Sorry, I've never been to this place. This is what it looks like here, guys. I'm driving through the cornfields. I'm almost done. Now, this place, this is a drug and alcohol rehab facility. It does not take Medicaid, aka it only wants rich people. I don't know. Drug and alcohol rehab facility. You get your own private room. There is an indoor pool. Guys, I can show you pictures probably from the website. Indoor pool. It's an old hotel resort complex place that closed down, and they repurposed it into this drug and alcohol rehab facility. Private room, keep your phone, indoor pool, yoga classes. I think they have 6 hours of group sessions a day. I'm really curious what it's like to be at a schwanky drug and alcohol rehab facility. And like I said, this is a place right now I'm definitely going in here thinking I would maybe want to work here. Might feel totally different 12 hours from now. Totally different. But right now I'm thinking this sounds like it would be a fun place to work. So we will see. We will see. I'm a little sad that I only have 5 clinicals here, and I'm going to have, oh my goodness, who knows how many clinicals in labor and delivery. Not looking forward to that. Peds is actually after this. I am looking forward to my Peds rotation. Pediatrics might be really far away, because if I can get into Rankin Jordan, where Raylan stayed, I think that would be really, really good. I would learn a lot in case I want to do home health. Because if I'm not doing mental health or case management as a nurse, I will probably just do home health and try to pick up one more client besides Raylan to give me experience. And yeah, I'm gonna check this place out. So guys, I've rambled. Chris has over 30 minutes of editing to do for this. I'm sure he's not happy with that amount of editing. But yeah, that was my my morning getting ready, my clinical supervisor blah, what I've got coming up with school if you care about it. And now this place has a volleyball net. It has a little pond, nice trees. This is where we be at, guys. Now I don't know where the entrance is that we're supposed to go in at. Would it be the front door? I didn't pack much lunch, guys. I literally packed cinnamon sugar churro almonds from Sam's Club. They're so good. And 2 Diet Dr. Peppers. I also packed cash. Hopefully they sell food here from the cafeteria, but I don't know. If they don't, my coffee has a lot of cream in it, which is a lot of calories, and it should keep me going for quite a while. I don't expect to get super hungry. I expect to be distracted with how busy I am, and cream is high fat, and almonds are high protein, and stop at McDonald's because I'm a McDonald's addict afterwards. All right, guys. See you when this is over. I'll know. Chris might make it another video, but I'll let you know how it goes.